Thank you, Madam Speaker. When I look up at the wall clock that side, it's 14 May. And I also can recall when the first boat, the Leonidas, when the British colony brought our Indian friends to develop most part of the eastern part of Fiji to plant sugarcane, but there were only plenty of waters and no sugar. Then eventually they moved to the west, from Singatoka to Raki, when there were plenty of sugar and less water. The question is, Madam Speaker, if you just can allow me to clarify a statement before my question. In regards to this technical institute, one of the students who called me, he was very ashamed because some of the opposition, they seem to oppose the institute. I'll ask the question, but what the student want, or children they are set for tomorrow, is the certificate in order for the job. You can't just go and look for a job without certificate.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My questions 96 and my name to ask the Minister for Health and Medical Services. Can the Minister inform the House what is the government's position for the way forward, the visions of the health islands that have been endorsed by the Pacific Health Ministers? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. I give the floor to the Minister for Health and Medical Services.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise to answer the question. The Healthy Island vision is something that the government fully commits to. And in our commitment, it is something that we commit to not only for ourselves, but also for the region. And as Fiji is currently chairing the Pacific Health Ministers meeting, we've also made a commitment to take up the concerns of the Pacific to the global forum, where these issues can be raised. And that is one of the things that we'll be doing later on this month at the World Health Assembly. Within Fiji, the Healthy Island vision has been reflected in the number of programs that we have. We have taken this concept of healthy islands, and in Fiji's context, we talk about wellness in various settings. And there are a number of 7 different settings that we look to create this wellness within Fiji. These are the 7 settings that we have for community, for settlements, for schools, for cities and towns, for faith-based organizations, for workplaces and sports. So there are various programs that are targeted at each of these different settings to bring about that healthy island, that wellness approach. In addition to this, one of the major emphasis in the ministry right now is the screening of our population. We have around 105 nursing stations, and we have around 80 health centers all around Fiji. And the message to the public is to make sure that you turn up at these nursing stations. You turn up at these health centers so we can get you tested for your NCDs, on your blood sugars, your blood pressure, for cancer, for mental health, so that people know about their NCD status and then they do something about it. It's not enough just to know about it. You really have to do something about it. This month, on the month of July, the ministry has set this month as the screening month. We have a target for the number of people that we are going to be screening for NCD, so we encourage people to turn up. One of the other areas for the villages in particular, we've been talking about domestic-free villages, violence-free villages. One of the projects that has been done for villages has been to encourage them to be tobacco-free. And when we had the Pacific Health Ministers meeting, we were able to take the Pacific Ministers to the village of Nambila in Nandronga, which has been tobacco-free for 25 years. 25 years. It's a village that actually won the World No Tobacco Day Award in 2006. And you can actually see the impact of this program on the villages themselves. We found that in the village of Nambila, there was only 4% of its population has NCDs. Normally in other communities, it's much higher. So obviously it's having an impact, this tobacco-free approach. The WHO, the World Health Organization, sees that suggests that the most effective strategies for tobacco control are uniform taxation of tobacco products, a ban on tobacco advertising, and smoke-free policies and practices. And all of these policies are being practiced by the government in Fiji. All of them are. In terms of NCDs, the Ministry of Health has also introduced the package of essential NCDs, where we're not just talking to people about NCDs, but in these groupings, people are then, we have a dietitians, we have a person who teaches them how to exercise, we demonstrate models of what happens to your lungs when you have tobacco. So people can come to these and they get good counseling on what they need to do in order to change their lifestyle. So on one part, it's about screening. The other part, it's demonstrating and giving information to people so that they can change their lives. One other area that we're doing a lot of focus on is on the schools. Through a partnership with the Ministry of Education, they have put in place things like, for instance, guidelines, school nutrition policies and canteen guidelines to have some sort of a control on the kind of food that is sold in these canteens. We also have an association with the Ministry of Education where we have 84 health promoting schools in Fiji, 84 schools that are practicing this concept. They do things like planting their own school garden, aerobics, Zumba in schools, school gardening. They do projects on research projects at Class 8 on NCDs, and of course the free milk and all of those other things. So those are some of the programs that are being done in schools. We will also be looking to work very closely with religious bodies, because we know that if you want to change the way people think in this country, if the religious bodies pass on this message, there's more likelihood that that message will be accepted. Within this month, then over I think the next 2 weeks, the Ministry of Health will be inviting all religious bodies to come and partner with the ministry in taking out this particular message. I think there's just two other things that I'd like to mention. We believe that for wellness, we need a whole of society approach. That's why in the Ministry of Health, we will work in partnership with other government departments, but we also work very strongly with our CSOs, some of them who are very, very active in this area. And through that approach, we'll be able to have an impact on the country. The last thing that I'd like to mention, that in terms of our strategic plan for 2016 to 2020, a lot of the concepts that have come out from the Pacific Health Ministers meeting have been converted into indicators, and that will be a part of our plan for the next 5 years. And I think the last thing that the government has been engaged in to try to help us along is taxation on things like cigarettes, taxations on alcohol, and we've had the excise tax on sugar-sweetened beverages to try to move people to more healthy ways of spending their money. So those, Madam Speaker, are some of the initiatives and things that have been targeted through the Ministry of Health to achieve the Healthy Island vision.
Thank you. Supplementary question, the Honourable Nana Rewande.
Supplementary question, Madam Speaker. I thank the Minister for his response to the questions. Unfortunately, the reports that we gathered that Fiji has got the highest in the Pacific, 77% death rate from NCDs, or early childhood death caused by NCDs. And a lot of measures that have been mentioned is creative measures, just to cure. We hardly cure diseases. We can prevent at an early stages. My question is, since there are a lot of supermarkets and restaurants around Fiji, what are the policies to be revised so that we target this roadmap so that we can reduce that 77% NCD in the next few years? Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I think I've already pointed out the kinds of things that we're trying to do in order to get people to change their, what they do with their money and what food that they eat. We need to teach our people so that they are aware of what is the best option for them. That is why we talked about screening, we talk about the PEN model, we're actually demonstrating to people. And we also realize that it's fairly difficult to teach people in our age group. So there's a stronger focus on our young, so that they can begin to change their habits. There's a focus on, that is why we have that program on health promoting schools where the message is being taken to them. And I understand the Ministry of Education has other plans similar along these lines to push the message to our children. So we try as much as possible to change our own lifestyles for us as adults. And I think that is something that all of us have a part to play in. I think the future, in the long term, the preventive focus will be on our children in the future.
Thank you. The Honorable Moses Bulutau.
Supplementary question, Mr. Speaker. I thank the Honorable Minister for his great vision and for the plans that the Ministry has. It's very important to the population and to build a healthy society. When we look at, like even the previous Minister had answered, issues that touch our society, when you talk about consultation, it's only when the patient comes to the point at the hospital, then we can have consultation. Awareness means to tell them what to do. But my question to the Honorable Minister, what about put in place a program to educate the mind? What measures are there to educate the mind so people can understand? Consultation is for them to come to the hospital and do consultation. Awareness is just to make an awareness. But for them to really participate and understand, they themselves become ambassadors. What programs are there?
Thank you. Honorable Minister.
People of Fiji are listening to me. I am now educating your minds. Make sure you make the right choice. I think it's very important. As I mentioned before, we have programs with the Ministry of Education to do that. The other thing that we are looking at now, we have been in discussions with the Fiji Broadcasting Corporation, if they can give us time so that we can have sessions where we impart more information to the people that are watching around Fiji. So there are programs like that. And I think there's a lot of other programs being done by our civil society organizations. We encourage people to participate in those programs because the message is being propagated not just by the ministry itself, but by a whole range of different parties. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable Senator Karamaki.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Supplementary questions. We thank the Honourable Minister for articulating the measures and the approach being taken. Just an explanation, Madam Speaker. The understanding with the medical practices, we have the curative health approach, and we have the preventative health approach. Curative is where the medicine is applied, and that's what the doctors always do. You go there, we get the prescription for the sickness. The preventative is to prevent the disease from occurring at all. And that is what we are looking at. And Madam Speaker, I just read in the paper a medical doctor ruling away or ruling out totally the application of alternative remedies. I would like to ask, Madam Speaker, the Honourable Minister, whether he agrees with that, whether he stands with that, and whether he acknowledges the use of alternative remedies to go together with the preventative medical approach. That is the question, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The onus is on the Honourable Minister. If the question is clear and if he would like to respond.
I think, Madam Speaker, for all of us, we're always interested in finding something that works to benefit our health. Obviously, in the context of the Ministry of Health, a lot of it is based on Western education, Western research. But if there are remedies that are alternative remedies that can work, that can be proven to work, that can be shown to work, then I would support those remedies. But it has to be shown that it does work, it does not have a negative side effect on people. That has to be shown. If that's the case, then we would definitely support it.